The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, is an inspirational hour that'll take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. Get ready to be transformed from Dr. Jenn's live guided healing meditations and intuitive readings, and unveil the power of connecting to spirit, the angels, and your higher self. Dr. Jenn is passionate about helping you find the answers you're looking for through an inward journey that'll strengthen your connection to spirit and help you trust your intuition. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jenn Royster.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Dr. Jenn, and today we're going to have an interesting topic. We're going to talk about the differences between something called perfectionism, which I know most of you know what that is, and self-worth, and how self-worth is so valuable with self-love, and how everything is connected on how we help others. So you always hear help yourself first before you can help another, or make sure you're okay so you can give that energy out. This is all about energy and what we have inside of us, and that's what we give to the world. So here's the thing, perfectionism is something that can be sneaky, and I will personally vouch for it. I know what it can feel like, and a lot of us, we were just, it was just the time of, the culture or how we were raised, and nobody's fault. Nobody's fault. They were doing what they felt was best at the time, I'm sure. Most of the case anyway. But we're going to talk about those differences and where we are today in 2022. We're also looking at the full moon in Virgo and why this is being brought up. It's interesting because this moon is highlighting where we need to look for some of these areas in our own life that might be hindering us reaching our full potential. So I thought it was a great topic. Neptune's energy is also quite active during this full moon. So I'm going to go over some of this insight, energy from an astrology point of view. Then we're going to talk about a few angels, about 4 of them. I think I have 4. I have a list. But there's some angels that are great to work with when it's a self-worth healing. And it's about the value that you see within yourself. I mean, sometimes we just don't see it, or we push it to the side, or we just don't give it acknowledgement because of that perfectionism. Perfectionism is a tough one. It really hinders a lot. It hinders us from achieving goals. It hinders us from even trying. So I wanted to go over some of that today because it's been a tough, couple of weeks for a lot of people out there. I mean, whether you're in the thick of things, going through the challenge, or you have the sympathy for the challenge, or there's something that you want to do to help whatever going on out there in your personal lives, in your communities, in your families, or in the world. So this is all connected, really. So I wanted to just send a lot of love out to everyone that may be feeling some challenge in their life. So let's go over this Virgo full moon, because this is really an interesting topic to me, and I can take it personally because I know that it's a hard one, when you want to do, and it's different. Sometimes we're called overachievers, and there's nothing wrong with achieving and trying and working hard at something that's in your passion. It's the perfectionism of, okay, no, I can't start it yet, or can't start it yet, or can't do it yet, all that kind of stuff that can really hold you back. So let's go into this. First of all, the affirmation that I've chosen for this week, which is really good for this one, is I look at myself through compassionate eyes. Think about if you were saying that to yourself. There's a lawnmower going by, so you might hear a little bit of a buzz. He's almost done next door. I look at myself. Let's look at that affirmation. I look at myself through compassionate eyes. I know myself. I value my boundaries. I honor both. really powerful affirmation for what we're talking about today. So I've got it written in the description for this show episode. I always put it out with the episode descriptions whenever it goes everywhere, even the audio, Apple, everywhere we put it. I also put it in blog posts when we post it later, and we just distribute that. So the affirmations are important. This is the positive, putting your focus into the intention of what the message is today. So here's what you want to ask yourself. Does perfectionism get in your way of taking that step to launch that new project, to allow the world to see who you really are, to take that leap of faith, to let them see the real you? What are we worried about? Perfectionism is very much about the approval of someone else, the approval of others, the approval of a group. It has nothing to do with the value you see in yourself. And we're not talking about self-centeredness or any of that. We're talking about you seeing the value that you bring to the world. You see that you have a place, you're here for a reason, you're here to bring your unique gifts, and everybody has them. We don't have to be the same as everybody else. We just need to be who we are. A wonderful quote out there that I've just seen it posted. I never saw a name with it, but it was, be yourself. What do you call yourself? What's your identity? Be your true self, because everybody else is taken. Think about it. Be your true self, because everybody else is taken. That makes so much sense to me. So here, a little bit about perfectionism. So if we want to see what that's about and see if this relates to you, it might be an aspect of your life. It might be a little area that you might, I might be doing it there, or something else. It's about yourself. It isn't about what somebody else is doing. This is about looking at ourselves honestly and seeing what we can do to get things out of the way that are holding us back. So perfectionism can be a belief of everything needs to be perfect, everything needs to look perfect, and avoiding blame, judgment, shame. You don't want any of that. You want everything to just be perfect so nobody has anything to say. If you've gone through a life or, where, there was a lot of criticism growing up or something like that, you might feel sensitive to that, so you don't want that. So it kind of pushes you into that area, not intentionally. People that do it to you don't even realize, because we don't know how they grew up. We just want to look at where we are today. So it also is about looking at what's the difference between self-improvement and perfectionism. Self-improvement has nothing to do with perfectionism. Perfectionism is always about the approval of somebody else. Self-improvement is you're valuing what's right for you. You're making stride. You're taking steps to live healthier, happier, to be better than you were before. But that doesn't mean you're trying to be perfect. There is no being perfect. It's a journey. The whole time we're here on earth, it's a journey. There'll always be something you're working to improve. It's a soul's journey to grow here. So self-improvement's more rooted in personal growth. You see, it's rooted in what you can do to be connected to your true self, what you can do to listen to your soul's path, things like that. Perfectionism has nothing to do with your soul growth, your higher self, your purpose. It has nothing to do with your purpose. If you can really hear that, it will really sink in. Perfectionism and approval of anything else other than you doesn't have anything to do with your soul purpose. Because there's what's my soul purpose? What's my life path? How can I make this work in my project? What is holding you back? Worrying about making the wrong decision? That's perfectionism. I'll call it. It's the truth. Because I know. I've had to work through this one myself. I understand it. So here it is. If it shows up and you start feeling it a little bit more with this full moon, which is tomorrow, March 18, in Virgo, it's highlighting this. It's highlighting and challenging us to confront where we might have perfectionism getting in the way of things. It might be causing some interference. It might be hindering our path, what we want to do. It might be areas where you really want to go there and it's all you ever think about, and then you hold back and you never do anything about it. This is a personal journey for you to look at and figure it out. Self-care helps you figure out self-worth. They go together and they help you fine-tune and pinpoint where something like this can get in your way. This full moon's going to help us figure that out if you want to tap into that energy and discover what it might be. So I think that's pretty cool. You're taking a deeper dive and you're asking questions of yourself, going inward, and this has nothing to do with anybody else, so you don't even have to talk to anybody else about it. If you want to, of course, but you don't have to make sure everybody's okay with what you're doing. You don't have to make sure I'm okay with it. You see what I mean? You don't need approval to do what's right for yourself. It's very freeing. Very, very freeing, and it's amazing. You want to feel like you can make choices and trust yourself. When you trust your intuition, that's self-worth, right? Well, a little bit later, we're going to go through different angels and how you can work with angels and invoking those angels to help you with this part. So it might uproot working with this energy in the Virgo full moon, and you'll feel it for a good week or so. You've probably been feeling it already coming up to it. Here we are on Patty's Day, and happy St. Patty's Day to everyone. But this is tomorrow, this full moon comes in. I mean, it might uncover beliefs that are hindering you. Beliefs that aren't really helping one bit. They're just holding you back for you reaching full potential. This will help you get to the bottom of some of the self-esteem issues. I mean, self-worth, all of these things are so valuable. A lot of times we want to just bypass the self-worth and go straight to helping everybody else. And yes, it is good to help your neighbor and others. At the same time, how are you going to do that if you don't have anything within you to give them that will help them? You have to have it for yourself first. You have to have that energy inside. Energy healing works that way. We don't go feel sorry for someone that has a terminal illness. We go and we lift them with something higher and a vibration that lifts them, not more sadness and feeling bad for them. It's similar. Energy is energy. Okay? So here we are on this self-exploration of going very deep with this full moon to find out what we need to release and let go of. This is good timing right before we go into this new cycle of it's kind of a new calendar year in astrology. It doesn't start with January, it starts with Aries, and we're about to go into that. So if you work with this one, you may confront and release where you are holding perfectionism. These are so many different things to ask. You want to admit, like, this is what's holding me back. This is what's making me hesitate. And I'm not saying this is an easy journey. I'm saying it is a challenge. That's why you're being held back. That's why you haven't moved forward in some of the areas that you want to go. Others, you might find that you've made so much progress in so many areas, and then there's just one little thing that just seems to be not quite clear. Put that intention on discovering what that is. It may not have anything to do with perfectionism at all, but self-worth, self-value, self-love, self-care will all tie together in bringing the frequency up that you can bring energy to the table and trust your intuition even better. You will be able to help others better. You will be able to it's just much more fulfilling. You will be much more able to accomplish the things that you want to do. So this is a good timing for it because the energy is there to support it. Now, if, a full moon is a cleansing and releasing, and you're letting go of perfectionism, what are the areas that might have emotions that you might need to clear off too. This could have some emotional tie to it. You want intentions for working with these cycles, not against them. And some of the beliefs might be hard to let go of, or you don't know what to replace it with. Don't try to force everything all in one shot, because that's how perfectionism works. No, we can't do anything till we have it all lined up and it's absolutely perfect. Does anybody recognize that within themselves? I know that I have, and I know it. And now I know and I see it, and I'll be honest with you, that was how I grew up. I went through a lot when I was a very sensitive child, empathically, and very connected, and I just didn't want that ridicule or that judgment, so I kept it hidden a lot. Now, just being out there and being free to be who I am, and not everybody's going to like it. Some people don't take it seriously. It doesn't matter. That's their opinion. I'm not their opinion of me, as Dr. Wayne Dyer always said, remember? So here you go. Perfectionism is what you're looking for. Things that you just don't feel like you can do anything until you have everything just right. And it doesn't mean you don't plan. There's a very big difference. And like I said, it's not self-improvement. Self-improvement is self-worth. That's improving the value that you believe in of yourself. That's huge. Being Neptune here, Neptune being in the middle of this, it's spiritual awakening energy. So this can get very spiritual, but it also accelerates intuition to kick in. And so this energy heightens us to really you want to listen to those gut feelings. You want to listen to those little nuances that come from your inner voice that keep repeating, and you're like, I know, I should do this, I should do that. Well, should always makes you feel guilty because you hadn't. That's a word that kind of has a lower frequency, actually. I mean, should kind of has guilt attached to it. So don't think of it that way. It's, no, you know what? I'm getting these things that keep coming and repeating. I need to listen to them and maybe just think about it and throw some intention out there for some clarity. Things like that will help you. So Neptune, sometimes, remember last week we talked about the illusions. Sometimes Neptune can make things a bit blurry, cloudy, and it can be a little bit confusing, but this is where you want to stop seeking validation in the world. You don't need to be approved of. You just need to be who you really are. That's what this message is. That's where it'll make it a lot easier. If there's something really unsettling going on for you in your life, this is a way to remove that confusion or that distraction. Okay, this is a way to get get all of your attention from worrying about what's going on outside of you to going inside, and you trust what you're seeing and you know what's real for you. It's so important right now that you believe in that you believe in what you know is right for you. I'm a big advocate for people trusting their own intuition and not relying on someone else to validate that for them. That's important. It's very important. I feel that your self-worth, your self-esteem, your empowerment is very much tied to all of those things. You want to feel empowered to make choices, not feel like you can't until you get an approval from something, and these are choices in life, okay? If we were still worrying about what everybody else thought, it's basically that. You're worrying about what everybody else might think if you do that. That is exhausting. Absolutely exhausting, and holds you back so much. So if you took this approach with Neptune energy, it's a little bit easier to get there and find some answers. So it just takes you a little bit deeper to discover what could be going on for you. And if you looked at them from a spiritual perspective, it's helping you to understand the higher purpose of who you are and how your emotions are clarifying things for you, how it's letting you know this is real for you, this isn't real for you. Some energies are toxic for some and some are not toxic for others. So there's the buzz again. He'll be done in a minute. I think he's got the blower going through. If this feels aligned for you, you want to reach out and work with your guardian angels on this. If you work with your angels, if that's something that you like to do, I definitely say go for it, because angels, I mean, I'm about the angels, and every time I just feel stumped with something, they know how to help me figure it out. And it's such a reassuring thing. Here's the thing. They don't give you anything but an uplifting, positive perspective. They help you to see the value in yourself, which is very important. They support that, and they support you working on that. So if this feels like something that might be working for you, definitely just work with them. This energy of Virgo can stir things up regarding your health too. It can help you look at things like, am I living a healthy lifestyle? Am I overdoing it? Am I taking a balance in self-care and work? Am I giving myself time to recover and recuperate, regenerate myself, or am I draining myself? Are you running yourself into the ground, so to speak? It will address areas that may need some balancing for you. Virgo moon energy also gives you, what I love about the Virgo is it gives you that independent permission. It's an independent type of energy. It's like the independent strength that you have standing on your own, but it gives you that freedom to disconnect from being perfect, that perfectionism, to really value your self-worth, to value what you bring to the world. I mean, you're here with your special, unique attributes, so why hide them? You know, are you believing what you bring, or do you believe what somebody else was saying because, you know, it was a judgment or something in the past? I mean, that's their deal. That's their journey. Let this fuel you. Let this bring that energy to your spiritual journey to get you on track with where you want to be with your purpose in life. This is a very freeing type of moon to work with. I mean, all of them are about releasing. This one in particular is very powerful because everything is driven that we give out into the world by how we value what we do have, or if we believe in what we have. Where are we, you know, where are we with that? So I really like that. So let's talk about 4 archangels. 4 archangels. That guardian angels are great for this part, for this perfectionism, self-worth thing. But there's 4 archangels that are great for self-worth. The angels of self-worth. It's a really cool way to say it. And you can work with these particular angels for confidence, self-worth, inner power, things like that. So first of all, let's start with Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel's great. What does his name mean? His name means strength of God, strength. He reminds us of our own power and reminds us of having confidence because the divine is within us. And if the divine is within us, then we have everything we need. And it's not about being ego. It's not about this, what we should or shouldn't be. He can remind us and help us reconnect with that. So simply ask him. When you have your own soul and strength coming from within you, and you're disconnecting from all these opinions and conditions and everything else everybody else thinks it should be, it'll help you see where your reflection of your own worth is and if it needs some work. He will, Gabriel will infuse you. He will give you that strength. He will give you that inner knowing that you know who you are. Believe in yourself. So I really like Gabriel for this one. If you want to work with Gabriel, you can also work with Gabriel through your 5th chakra, your throat chakra, because he's very much a communicator, giving you the strength to speak your truth, to live your truth, to be in love, and not to be angry with it, just to be free to be who you are. So Gabriel is great for that. Gabriel also helps you see things from different perspectives. So that's a strength of God, giving you that just connection with who you really are and listening to that. Because he's a communication angel, and your fifth chakra very much is about listening and speaking. So you want to listen to your truth inside, and you want to speak your truth. Another angel that you could work with is Archangel Ariel, which is, Ariel's name means lion of God, all about the courage. You know, that's a courage and confidence symbol, really. Ariel can feel you, help you, and reconnect you with confidence that will help you do what's right for you. Give you that confidence that, no, this is what I know is right for me. That type of thing. Help you stand up for yourself. Having the courage to do that. And to just manifest the life that you want to live. So Ariel is about the courage and strength and confidence. Gabriel is about listening and speaking your truth and connecting with that and being that reflection and believing in it. Another wonderful angel is Archangel Michael, of course. This is a fierce angel. This angel comes in with the strength and the love and the protection. And it's about if you feel like there's attachments that are draining you, helping you to disconnect from the drain. This could be someone close to you. This could be someone that's within your family. It could be a friend. It could just be someone that doesn't even realize they're doing it at work. It's kind of irrelevant who or how close, but if this is affecting you or draining you, you don't have to disconnect from the person completely. Just disconnect from the energy part that is draining you. Believe it or not, everyone in the world has the light and the dark. You're just disconnecting the part that's affecting you. And so that's what you would do with your intentions on that. Michael's great for helping you cut the cords of anything that might be toxic or draining or affecting you. He also reminds us that we want to keep ourselves clear of energy. When we feel a drain coming from somewhere else, the first thing you want to do is clear yourself, shield up, and just let him be with you, and you'll feel that protection. And remember that old issues, lower, like if you don't feel good about yourself, like a lack of self-worth or bad or negative self-image issues, he can help clear things. He kind of is good for clearing all the lower frequency and beliefs or the critical thinking and the self-talking that talks you down and, the self-critic. Things like that. He's very good for kind of clearing the space. So I would, if it were me, I would work with Archangel Michael first to clear anything if I was feeling down or was belittling myself or I was upset because somebody said something and now I'm all wound up and feel sensitive about it. I would clear that to disconnect those cords first. I would shield up, and then I would bring in those other two angels, Gabriel and Ariel. I would want courage. I would want confidence. I would want strength. I would want to listen to my true self. I would want to be able to speak that. And the last angel that I want to bring up for you is Archangel Ariel. Ariel's name means light of God. And this is the healing light that illuminates. It's an illumination that Ariel brings to your mind to reveal and clear your thoughts so you can see what really needs to happen here. If you had Ariel's energy, light is shown in a dark or cloudy area. It illuminates it so you can see the truths. That's where the perfectionism is. That's what's affecting me. Okay, that's where that is. Things like that. He helps to see and reveal mental or emotional patterns that aren't helping, that are actually sabotaging you. And I think that's wonderful. If you have been through traumas, or if you've been working with therapists, or if you've had negative thoughts or things like that, Ariel can help you pinpoint what they are. Michael can help you clear things away if you want specifics. So you can ask these angels for that. If you feel like a lot of your stuff is emotional or mental, or you feel like you just get so down, or you just really get into that mindset, work with Uriel to figure out some things, then go work with Michael to help clear them, then bring in Gabriel and, bring in Gabriel and Ariel for that courage and that confidence and to speak it. So it's a great group of angels to work with, not only for self-worth, for self-care, to raise your frequency. This was valuable when working with your energy, to connect with your intuition, to trust it. You want to be able to trust that. See, Gabriel will help you connect into that, but you want to be able to clean that up. So you have two angels that give you the strength and power to connect with what it is that's right for you. You have two angels that can help you discover what the problems are and clear them out and feel safe. So I like that lineup for this. I hope that you will think about it and work with this energy tomorrow with this full moon. All the archangels and all the angels are healers and communicators, and they bring uplifting, positive energy and divine love to anything you have going on. Your guardian angel, if you're not sure, okay, I don't know where to start. Let me start with my guardian. Your guardian angel's there because it's a guardian. We all have them. We have angels to watch over us. We just have to ask. We just have to ask them. And you may be somebody listening to the show that doesn't do, you're not into that. That's not what you do. You could still work with things the way that worked for you. For me personally, I'm always uplifted a bazillion times faster if I just work with angels. They're not doing everything for me, and they're not going to do everything for you. They are going to listen. They're going to uplift you. They're going to support you. They're going to help you connect with the energy and essence of what they're about, so you can make decisions, take action, and do that yourself. That's very empowering. They don't want to disempower us. They want to help us find our empowerment, help us find our true self and connect to that. All of this ties in to law of attraction if that's what you've been working on. If there's things that you've been trying to achieve in your life. Very, very powerful points here with these angels. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you. So let me go over and say hello to everyone in the chat and see if we have any questions. Hello to Robin, Belinda, Maddie, Shadana, Michelle, hello, and Belinda. Oh, I see. Okay. So hi, how are you guys? 56th birthday for Robin. Tomorrow. Happy birthday to you. And you're launching your website. Congratulations. Congratulations on that. I find I'm struggling with motivation as I go out as an entrepreneur, fear of unknown. Yeah. I can relate to that. I can relate to that. And there'll be days where you work super, super hard on something and absolutely nothing happens. And then there'll be days that it'll be just the opposite. And it's believing in what you're doing and loving it. And if you keep your focus there, that's what fuels it. Because, doing what I do as a spiritual coach is something I have a passion for. I have a passion for artwork. I love art. I love to paint. I love to do artistic, creative work. But I also love everything about people connecting in with something like this. So I've been doing it this long, not because it makes me rich, or anything like that. It's not like that at all. It's because it's just a labor of love and a passion that I have, and it brings joy to my heart to help someone else. So, of course, we have to pay our bills, and of course, if you are in a business like this, we have to have funds coming in, and that's understandable, and you do that, but you also need to love it. You need to love it. And sometimes you can burn out pushing, and what you're saying is that fear of the unknown. Well, does it really have to be known yet? Is that your little tweak with perfectionism? I don't know. I'm asking. I'm not really reading that. I'm reading that it's just big, and it's a change, and you're going for it. And I can't be more proud of you. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's exciting. And it's more about believing and just keeping that energy going. And sometimes you'll feel discouraged, and then you just got to bring yourself back. But that's what I hope that this show brings everybody. I do. That's my intention, is to have a place where you can come and get rejuvenated if you feel discouraged about something. Look for why, the unknown is kind of like, fear of the unknown can be very much connected to perfectionism. Not all the time, but can be, because we don't want to take a step until we know exactly how it's going to be, so we don't make a mistake. That would be that part of it. Believe it or not, some of the best things that you'll learn and discover as you go out into this venture, it's just doing things, trying it. Successful entrepreneurs try a lot of things, and most of them don't work, and they come back and they find the one thing that does. It's the path that's going to work for you. Absolutely. I would definitely work with that idea. So I hope you have a wonderful birthday tomorrow, and you're having a full moon birthday, so happy birthday to you. Belinda, is there a message from the angels for me for my highest good? That's real vague. Do you have a specific area that you want to focus on? Because we're a show, we move kind of fast. That'll help me narrow it down a little bit, like an area of life. A highest good message. It's a big, broad question for a few minutes. So if you could narrow it down, then I can come back and see what we can fine tune on that. It's a little bit faster to help you with that. Let's see. Relaxing meditations. Good morning. Happy birthday. Congratulations. Thank God it's Thursday, Jen. Thank you for that. That's great. Thank God it's Thursday. That's pretty cool. Maddie, I'm also struggling with the motivation this week to launch everything and get my website up and running. I hear you. It's because there's so much. When you think about it, I totally relate to this. You guys have been working on big business projects. Okay, Maddie and Robin have. And it's big, and to just step out there and do that. And watch out for the little bit of constant fretting, because, if you always are looking for what could go wrong, you might miss what could go right. And that's a little bit of a tip too. But that motivation is probably just, ooh, okay, I'm getting ready to go. It's moving into the next phase. I would definitely ask these angels for that little bit of courage and strength to just trust and believe in what you do believe in and step out into it. That leap of faith, that hesitation on a leap of faith can sometimes be what can hold us back too. So see how this moon, for you guys with the entrepreneur stuff going on, this is really interesting, because this moon's about getting it all lined up to just push through anything that might hold you back. Because yeah, you'll work really hard for months. I get it. You will work hard for months on a project, and then you are excited about it, you put it out there, and you're scared it won't work. That's the part you want to overcome. You want to put it out regardless. It's like a mindset of, I got to just do this because I know it's right. I've done things in the past, over the last 12 years, that I put it out there, and then I just forget about it, and it might not kick off for 2 years, or it might kick off in a month. So it's trying to pull back and just trust and believe in that. So this is going to be a really good moon for you guys working with things like that. Megan, hi Megan. I'm receiving some great clarity in regards to my business. It's awesome. Well, good for you. The clarity will come. Uriel, remember, Uriel's good for that clarity, illuminating what needs to be seen clearly. Uriel's a great angel. We haven't talked about Uriel much lately, but Uriel is a great angel for that. So we had those 4 angels we could work with that can help with strength, confidence. We can help with clearing anything toxic or negative or sabotage thinking, beliefs, things like that. And then you have this Virgo moon. And Virgo's so interesting because it brings you to this, you need to think independently and have confidence in yourself. It's very much a self-worth energy that the Virgo energy brings. So, and then you have Neptune, So I kind of like this when I go over it, because then you have Neptune, that's a spiritual awakening type of thing. So you have this great lineup to catapult yourself into what you want to do. So guys, don't be afraid. If you truly believe in your projects, don't be afraid to give it a go. Even if you give it a go and something needs tweaking along the way, some of the most successful entrepreneurs have recommended, well, do it and then just fix it along the way. Don't do it at all because you're afraid it won't be perfect. That's going to apply to you here. You want to just do it anyway. You want to go for it. If that's your dream, if that's what you've been working on, and that's what you believe in, you're going to definitely, there's a learning curve. It's like you put it out there, and then you'll see, oh, I could have done this different. Well, then you go and you tweak that part. You tweak as you go. It's okay to do that. People that are successful, that's how they do it all the time. But you need to do it the way that works for you, that you believe in and trust. I mean, there's experience learning too. You go in there and you learn so much along the way. It's the journey, it's the process. You don't want to be afraid to make a mistake so you don't do anything at all. Don't do that. Maddie's like, thanks, Jen. Definitely working on letting go of fear and perfectionism. It's feeling challenging to remain confident. Yeah, I get it. I get it. So this one kind of hits the nail on the head for a lot of us, because when you really have a lot of energy and you put so much heart and soul into something, and then, oh my goodness, is it going to be okay? Is it going to be, that's, perfectionism is worrying about approval from someone else. So when I was looking at this with things that I wanted to do and different ways that I approach things, I'm thinking, I'm just different. I don't approach things the way everybody else does. I do it the way that feels right. I'll have a huge plan in place. This happens to me all the time. And those that have been with me for a while, you know that happens. I'll have a plan that I'm going to do this and this. Something else pops up and takes me into, and I have to be flexible with that. I have to be flexible that I have a plan, but then it takes me here or it takes me somewhere else. That's normal. That's normal. It's not like one set in stone and you're done. It's going to be a constant evolving process. And once I was okay with, at first that was kind of hard for me. And then I realized, this was, a while back. Once I realized, no, just go with that. I need to just go with that. I need to just be okay and go with that and let the universe show me, here's the magic golden egg, if you want to call it something, I don't know. But if you allow yourself to be flexible when something unexpected pops up and you need to tweak or change it or cancel something or something unexpected happens, let the universe show you why. Let the universe show you, hey, we had a little bit of a different idea, because honestly, the bigger picture can see so much more than we can see. And when I start I've learned that as I go, and I still work on that constantly, but I work to trust that more. It never fails to show me, oh, I'm really glad that I listened to that. I'm glad that I was just accepting of that. It demands flexibility and to trust the intuition and what the universe is bringing you. It doesn't mean that, no, your idea is not good or it's going to flop. It means, hey, we want to show you something that may be helpful for you. It may be helpful for you down the road, but it's good to see. Sometimes those obstacles or that thing that may happen, and I'm telling you this because I know that's what everybody's so worried about. They're worried about all these obstacles or something going wrong. I'm telling you that once you overcome, all right, it might go wrong, but I need to do this because I want to and I love it. And then have your, okay, just be prepared. Just be, well, if it doesn't go right, I could try something else. And you might not know what that is. This is a journey. Trusting that this is a path that you want to take and you love it and your heart and soul's in it. Why is it that you don't trust and believe that? Why? You see, that's what you would want to ask yourself in this. That's where it's going to help you. I know we're talking about some tough spots, but we're talking about the things that go, woo, get right in the way and stop us dead in our tracks. And we're like, why can't I keep going forward? There's nothing in the way. Why can't I do that? Because it's showing you that. So here we are in this moon. So I definitely say work with this energy. It's really, really good for that. Yes, let's see here. Freedom from marriage. Oh, so you're looking for a relationship that uplifts you, and that would be where we would focus. So in this one, it would be the courage and strength to do what's right for you, to courage and strength. All the angels we talked about today are really going to help, because when we're in a marriage that wants, let's see, how did you word it? Freedom from a marriage. So you want out of the one you're in, it sounds like. So that would be, you would want that courage and strength. Ariel's going to be good for you. Michael's going to be good for you, because you want that protection and confidence. You don't want to hesitate. You want to believe in yourself. It's surrounding yourself with support for what you want to do. And it's surrounding yourself with the energies of that. Now, if we're still believing something that's affecting you and bringing you down, then that would be what you're shielding up with. So let me put it this way. You can shield in a household. Like if you feel like someone close is affecting you that way, even though they don't even know that they're doing that, you can shield from that lower frequencies. Finding that courage and that way to change it. There's nothing I can tell you directly on how to make that happen, but you want to work with angels like Ariel, and you want to work with Michael for sure, because you want to feel safe in making a choice, a big choice. You want to figure out a path of direction of how you can take care of yourself. You want to do things like that. So that would be what I was getting for you, because it sounds and it feels like there's a little bit of a path or a plan to work on. You want to be able to do that. You want to have a way to figure that out. You need to feel like you can. So that would be the first step that I'm picking up for you. You have a guardian angel that stays very, very close. I feel like you have been getting a sense of nudging in a certain repetitive way. So listen to that and ponder on it and see if that feels right for you. I'm keeping privacy for you because, you know, this is public, so I don't want to go too far into that. But this is a big deal. It's a big life change, but you can feel it. It feels like it's building, and it's just time for you to find that courage and strength and confidence to start putting a plan in place. It feels like where you are, right at that door. So I hope this will help you. Michael's going to help you a lot. That's going to be one of the ones you want to keep close on a daily basis, because you know, you want to feel safe moving forward. You want to be able to do what you got to do. So I send you much love and support energetically to feel and find the confidence and clarity that you're looking for in that. Those are big choices that you need to know that you can do, especially when we're trying to make something independent. Virgo energy is about independence and self-worth and confidence that I'm worth more than this. I can do this better. And I can hear that from you in your energy, so I hope that that helps. And definitely supporting you with a lot of love and positive energy that can lift you up to do what's right for yourself. I know, not a straight answer, but that's a difficult one. I understand. But I also was very much getting what the next step is for you, and that step is putting a plan in place. And that's waiting for you to make that move. So it's like, it's time to put a plan in place. It's not like they're going to say, do this, do that, do this, do that. But they're going to work with you, and it's going to kind of work itself out. But we have to have that intention that we want to make a plan. Then the universe brings in the different suggestions and ideas that will happen. If that makes any sense. I know. So, you're welcome, Megan. You're welcome. The negativity is so draining. Yeah, you're going to want to work with Michael, and you're going to want to clear, and you can do that quietly. Nobody needs to know what you're doing, Belinda. You just need to take a moment. Everybody has to use a bathroom every now and then, right? That's quiet places. Some of the best meditations happen in there. Come on, think about it. But if you were to just take those moments throughout the day or whenever something happens and just give it 5 minutes of just deep breaths and clearing, and then re-shield. When you're in a tough situation where it's very draining, shield up at least twice a day. At least twice a day. Definitely before you go to sleep at night, and maybe in the first thing when you wake up is really good. It always reminds me of morning and evening prayer. You know, when I was a child, we'd say evening prayers to keep us safe at night, and I use that to shield and clear, because even if we were with people or close to people that are great people, everybody feels the positive and negatives, and we don't know how they may be carrying around some lower energies that they're dealing with. And if you're empathic, you may absorb that. And I have to be careful of that too. I have to make sure I'm not doing that. And it's not somebody that's trying to do it to me. I just have to make sure I'm not absorbing things I don't need to absorb, that I wasn't even asked to absorb, things like that. It's a practice. And then when you wake up in the morning, you want to protect your day. You can shield yourself. Michael can help you with that. Just ask Michael to watch over you and to put that shield on so nothing negative can affect you. It still may happen. Keep that in mind. You just stop right there and you just go, oh, let me re-shield again. Something got through, you know, and as you practice that daily, it's going to make a huge difference. Because now that you're with your own energy and not being affected by the drain, you'll be able to find the path to make a plan, like we were talking about. So that's what's going to help you a lot. I totally recommend that for you, and that's what I was picking up. So guys, this energy is tomorrow. You should be feeling it already. You can start working with it right now. And I want to go over a quick way to route that. So let's right now just think about how would we invoke or work with these angels in particular. So if I go back to that, and we had, where was that list? Okay, just so I don't forget one. So Gabriel, if you were to close your eyes, you wanted to work with Gabriel, because Gabriel's the strength of God, the one that gives you that power and confidence to know who you are and what you should be. That's where you would work with the creative energies and the communication between your higher self and you to know what's your best path. So you would just ask Gabriel to work with you and bring you the essence of his energies that help you feel that. So it's kind of like, if you were to invoke the essence of an angel, you're thinking, I just want to feel that energy of what Gabriel resonates with within me. And you just think about all those attributes and all those qualities, and you're just like, this is the type of energy that I want to infuse within me so I can tap in and know and connect and have that confidence. So that would be how you would work with all of them, but that's in particular to Gabriel. The next one was Ariel. That would be the courage to stand up for yourself, the courage to fight back, the courage to feel confidence, the courage to speak your truth, to know what's right for you and not to doubt it, even if nobody else or the naysayers are like, oh, you'll never amount to anything, all that kind of mess. That's exactly what we want to tune out. Okay, so Ariel, same thing. You want to ask Ariel in particular, you want to ask, and you just close your eyes, you just think about it, and you just, if you were like a fan was blowing on you, and you could feel that air moving on you, think of that as the energy and the essence of those particular attributes of this angel working with your energy to help you connect with that. Very powerful, very powerful. It's really good. Michael, same thing. Now what is Michael? Fearless, protector. You want to be your protector. And when you're bringing in Michael, you want to know that you can protect yourself and you can feel fearless and you know that you can protect and put your fortress in a safe place. You want to know that you can do that and you want to stand strong. I mean, if you have anxieties, fears, dark negative thinking, self-sabotage thinking, critical thinking, anything like that, Michael's the one. Trauma, anything like that, anything fear-based, any hesitations. Michael is also very, very logical, very, very good with being a business consultant. Let me put it that way. So guys, Michael's good with all that. He's like, what are you afraid of? Let's just do this. Let's get a plan going. But he really can work with those energies and get that motivated within you. See, those are the attributes that you want to feel you're infusing to work with. And Ariel, illuminate the dark areas, the cloudy spots. Let me see clearly what's going on here. Let me see if I can figure this out. And it's always very positive with the angels. It's always very safe. It's always an energy that is for your highest good. It's always going to be an energy that is going to help you find your way along the journey. Remember, they're not going to tell you what to do. You're working to bring in and work with the personality or the essence of that angel. These are aspects of God that are here to help us. Your guardian angel. What does the word guardian mean to you? Well, yeah, guardian. Ask them to watch over you. Yeah, absolutely. They're with you all the time. They can be with you whenever you need it. But they're very good to work with in things like this. So I am going to let you go. It's almost time's up. Everybody's got to get back to work. I know. And I want you to take time. Bookmark this one because we went over some specifics with these angels if you need to work with them and you want to remember what we were talking about today. We've got archives out all the time that you can find, and if you are looking for something in particular, you can find it on my website through the blog posts or on the show page in the player. So just know it's all there for you. You're working on you. You're working with Virgo energy. You're working with Neptune energy. It's spiritual awakening, self-worth, self-love to bring you in alignment with why you're here and to take action to make it happen. You can't get any better than that with a law of attraction energy. So I hope that everyone will take the time to work with it, and I can't wait to hear how progress is going for each and every one of you. Happy birthday to Robin, and congratulations on all the big projects everyone's working on. I want each and every one of you to know that you're worth it. You deserve happiness. You deserve success. You deserve to live the life you want to live. Every one of you. Do you believe you are? That's the key question here. Do you believe it? So I hope you can think about that, and I will see you next time here on the Jenn Royster Show. Namaste.
You've been listening to the Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. If you've missed any part of this show or any other show, visit www